Hello everybody, welcome back to the Chungi Clan. It is Swingtail here, back with another Rebirth for you deck profile. It's gonna be Higurashi, of course. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so folks, we are here with another deck profile. This time it's gonna be a different title, so after 2 years worth of World Grand Prix events here in North America via an online system for the time being, hopefully in-person returns soon, TM. I've decided that, hey, you know what? I think it's a-okay to talk more about theory crafting and deck profiles and the like over on this channel. So if you want to see more of that, let us know in the comments below and leave a like on this video, share it out, etc. So with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So as we see here, it's going to be none other than Higurashi no Nakukoro ni, or Higurashi when they cry. So we start off with our starting entry. It is Peaceful Daily Life Rika. She is our typical OG support on member, skill showcase level 4 generic. Does that attack gets another 1 attack, so very nice to just get that extra point of damage in, especially since, spoiler alert, our rebirths only power up either on the first attack or they just don't power up, period. Okay, so then we move over to 3 partners. I decided to go with the foil ones that we get from the Higurashi boxes. So I do like the designs on these. They're very, very nice. Okay, got out of the way. We finally go into the actual main deck. We start off with our cost ones. We have 4 copies of Sharp Perception Reina. She is our typical Spark. No skill showcase required. We may sacrifice one of our members. If we do, she gets 2 defense until end of turn. Higurashi definitely likes this ability more than most other Neo Standard titles in the entirety of Rebirth because of abilities that activate when they are put to the waiting room from member area via a card ability. So if our opponents do not play member removal, snipes, whatever you want to call them, Reina here can help us with that, along with some other cards we're going to see along the way, so she is very handy along with just cleaning up our board of things that we just really don't want and trying to entry into a better entry period. Okay, we guys are only cost winning the main deck. We move over to our cost twos, for most Rebirth decks, the bread and butter, right? So we have Satoko Hojo from the trial deck. She's our generic skill showcase level 3 member removal on Spark. We just need some extra defense along with her being a 2 cost, easy to retreat to an empty member slot at most, at any point during the game as far as we're concerned. And, just to help us stay in the game for longer or remove key pieces that our opponents have in their member area. We then have 3 copies of club members reassemble Keiichi. He's one of our sacrifice because he has the ability of when this character is put from member area to the waiting room, we draw a card. It will all make sense when we get to later cards during this deck profile. Okay, moving from there, we have 4 copies of club members reassemble Reina. I have 1 copy of the foil there. This is another one of our cards we're going to sacrifice, especially this one over Keiichi, which is why I play 4 of her and only 3 Keiichi due to space concerns. So, despite her having like a lower defense deck than Keiichi, let's be fair here, we really don't want these on entry if we can help it. So when she is sacrificed, put from member area to waiting room, or she is removed by our opponent's shenanigans. We can salvage any character without Reina in its card game. So that will make sense. We're going to the next 2 cards here specifically. So we have 4 copies of Ideal School Life Rika. She is just a generic blocker, doesn't care what trade we're blocking for her, though in all seriousness, this entire deck is the club activities trait because we do play a club activities specific blocker, so I wish I could run cards like the Hangyu that can draw us a card, but alas, she is not a club activities character, so the risk is too high for me to consider running that. So generic blocker, we need to stay in the game along with 4 copies of Battle to save their friends Keiichi along with 1 foil. So this is a blocker specifically for club activities. There's also one of the twins has a blocker. I was messing around with her for a while, but I decided that the 3 costs that she holds is too big of a detriment for me to play blockers beyond 8 copies, on top of her extra ability being next to useless in this specific deck here. So that will round it out for our cost 2s. We move over to cost 3s. This is where we really see what Higurashi as the title can really be capable of. So we have 4 copies of the Higamizawa, referring to the village where Higurashi takes place. The Higamizawa that nobody knows, or no one knows, Keiichi. So Spark Skill Showcase level 5. We may choose one of our members and put it to the waiting room. If we do, we choose one of our opponent's members and put it into their energy as rest. And if we sacrifice a Reina, a Rika, or a Mion this way, he also gets an additional 3 defense on top of his 5, so we are most likely sacrificing Reina's, again, club members reassemble Reina to salvage our blockers or what have you. And, now being easy 8 defense, chances are the opponent's gonna either commit a partner attack or attack you twice. So, very nice and him being a form of member removal is also very, very handy to just keep us in the game for longer until we can get lethal on our opponents via our finishers. Okay, moving along, we have 4 copies along with 1 RR plus of Devoted Girl Reina. So she also has a Spark Skill Showcase level 5. So she also has the ability of, we may pay the cost of sacrificing one of our members to the waiting room. If we do, we draw 1 card. Again, very handy, help us dig deeper for blockers and rebirths, what have you. And if we sacrifice a Keiichi specifically, which we do have a pretty fair chance of doing so, she also gets +3 defense until end of turn. So, again, also giving her that magic 8 defense number that our opponent will have to commit a partner attack or double attack to get rid of in the vast majority of cases. So that is very handy as another form of sacrifice outlet. And to round out our cost 3s, we also play 2 copies of Cheerful Heart and Festival Music Reina. She is our Spark. We may discard a club activities character from her hand to set a rebirth from our waiting room. This becomes very, very handy since we do play Salvage as one of our rebirths. Okay. And moving over to our cost 4s, we have 4 copies, along with 1 RR plus, of High-Handed Girl Satoko. So she's a 4/7. On entry, Skill Showcase level 5 at the end of our turn. We may choose one of our rebirths that's currently set and return it back to our hand. Again, since you're playing Salvage Rebirth, that's very, very useful to just recur our blockers and what have you over and over and over. And her being a 4/7 body is nothing to scoff at for a lot of decks. And to round out our characters, we have 4 copies of the Higamizawa that no one knows, Reina. So she has a recombo with our salvage to Skill Showcase level 5 when she successfully retires an opponent's entry. We may pay the cost of sacrificing one of our members to restand all of our allied partners. And if we do that, she dies at the end of the turn, so that will give us another entry in, because let's be fair, the 4/9's going to get partner attack anyway, and this is very, very handy, especially against other decks that are playing blockers in of themselves. Getting double partner attack in a turn, especially when the opponent is at 5 retire, there's a very fair chance that it's just simply lethal. Oh, very, very nice finisher option for Higurashi here. And of course, our rebirths, we play 4 copies of Farewell, despite not playing the Satoko recombo for it. Again, we can really find the space for it, and it will kind of conflict with what we want to do. Heals are just too good to pass up in the vast majority of cases when it comes to Rebirth as a card game. So we will play that to increase our survival. And of course, the 4 copies of Hidden Speculation are Salvage Rebirth. When we spark it, we pick one of our opponent's rested members and remove it from the board. And when we set it, no matter how we set it, hand, entry into Rebirth area, etc., we salvage a character. So that does it for the deck profile. So the game plan is fairly simple. We want to use any form of sacrifice outlet like Sharp Perception Ringa, the Hinamizawa, No One Knows Keiichi, Devoted Girl Ringa, to sacrifice things like our Keiichis or club members reassemble Keiichis or club members reassemble Ringas to either draw or salvage, along with our recombo on the Hinamizawa, that No One Knows Ringa, to both get the double partner attack in, along with sacrificing one of these key cards. Very, very, very handy, and we just try to loop one of our two blockers over and over and over to increase our survival chances outside of partner attacks from our opponents. So very simple game plan, and this definitely has like I said, the Hinamizawa that No One Knows Ringa is a very, very nice recombo that's just able to help close out games, especially against fellow blocker decks, because double partner attack is very, very nice. I did get to test this in a small online tournament where one of my opponents was none other than a Royal Navy Azure Lane deck, so everyone knows that by this point, Azure Lane Royal Navy is very good at recurring blockers and just having board 5 ever because of Vampire, along with the fact that there's a Belfast that allows you to block with any Royal Navy from your hand once per turn. Very, very handy there. But being able to double partner attack along with being a sacrifice outlet on top of that is very, very beneficial for Higurashi as a title. Now, of course, the main cons that there are some weaknesses with this deck in that we don't have a lot of high defense cards, and we have the typical problem of sparking, or not sparking in, but getting entry ins off of our blockers, and that's never any fun. Luckily, heals do help fix that problem, and we can get them back that way via our salvages or via our sacrificing our club members reassemble Rangos. The game plan is simply loop blockers as often as possible, sacrifice, etc., clean up the board. Just try to stay alive until we can get enough partner attacks and what have you in with the Hinamizawa that No One Knows Ringa, and close the game out with this kind of attrition strategy. So with that out of the way, I want to go ahead and thank everyone for watching this video. Again, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And of course, you want to check out more Rebirth, be sure to connect with us over on the Rebirth for You trading card game global community Discord, or our Chili Clan Discord in the links below. And of course, everyone continue to embrace the darkness, and we will see you all next time. Bye bye.